أصحابه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا وفقها في الدين يا رب العالمين وألحقنا بعبادك الصالحين. يقول الله عز وجل: ويوم تقوم الساعة يقسم المجرمون ما لبثوا غير ساعة كذلك كانوا يؤفكون. We continue inshallah today with the topic of Ashratu Sa'ah, the signs of the Day of Judgment. We stopped on number 78 out of approximately 209 or 210 signs that Allama Anwar Shah Kashmiri has mentioned. It is translated by Maulana Mufti Afzal Hussain Ilyas. Khair, inshallah. We continue inshallah. Number 79, we spoke about the previous situation. Previous situation was the Muslims, they would take refuge in a mountain that will be called Jabalud Dukhan. Jabalud Dukhan, the mountain of smoke. And there, the siege will be such and the drought and the famine will be such that they will be forced to eat. It says here, number 79, to such an extent that some of them will burn their bow strips and eat them. Subhanallah. You know, this is going to be a very, very, very difficult time. Then number 80, Dajjal will for the last time appear in an area in Urdun. Urdun, we said, is in Syria. It's not referring to Jordan. It's not referring to Jordan. It's in Syria. In a valley called Afiq. At a time when whoever believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the last day will be present there. So at that time, from this hadith, we clearly understand that there's going to be a minor population of Muslims. Muslims will not be the majority. Okay? So here, all the Muslims that have Iman will be here at this place called Afiq. He, Dajjal, will kill a third of the Muslims, defeat a third of the Muslims, and a third of the Muslims will remain. So a third of the Muslims will be killed, a third of them will be defeated by Dajjal, meaning they will lose, and 1/3 of the Muslims will remain firm upon Iman. Next, number 81, when the siege will be extended, the Muslim Amir, Imam Mahdi, this is referring to Imam Mahdi, the Amir. Now what are we waiting for? Fight this arrogant Dajjal. This is what Imam Mahdi will say. So that they may obtain one thing, either shahada, either martyrdom, or either victory, one of the two. Thus, all the Muslims will make a firm pledge, and on the onset morning after Fajr Salah, they will wage war against Dajjal. As they done this, next will appear the signs of Isa alayhi salam. Now, the Muslims have gathered, they've already taken pledge under Imam al-Mahdi that they want to fight the Dajjal, and because it's come to such a point where it's unbearable now. Now, the descent of Isa alayhi salam. That night will be extremely dark. So it will be very clear, it will be a clear sign for the Muslims that something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. The night will be extremely dark. The people will be preparing for war. They will already pick up whatever they can to wage war against Dajjal and his army, the Jews, the 70,000 Jews. The people will be preparing for war. From the darkness of the dawn, a sound will be suddenly heard. A sound will be heard from the sky. People will think, what is going on? What is going on? It's like a rumor. Something's happening. Remember, last night was a dark night. And then now, Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, after that noise, people will look everywhere with their eyes, and their eyes will fall onto Isa alayhi salam in the sky, of course, coming down briefly at the time of Fajr. Isa alayhi salam will descend, and his arms will be upon the shoulder, will be upon the angels. The angels will be carrying him. His hands will be on the shoulders of the two angels. This is what is mentioned. Physical aspects of Isa alayhi salam. He will resemble the famous Sahabi Hazrat Urwa bin Mas'ud, one of the most good-looking Sahabas. His name was Urwa ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. He will be of average height, so he won't be too tall or he won't be too short. He will be reddish and whitish in complexion, meaning just like the Palestinians, just like the Syrians, he will be a bit fair and a bit reddish at the same time. He will be Arab. His hair will come to all the way down to his shoulders. It will be very clean and neat and ironed and mashallah, shining. It will be shining. That's how it comes in the narrations of hadith. It will be as if like he came out of the shower. His hair will be dripping with water, and when he bends down, the droplets that fall off his hair will be like pearls. Will be like pearls coming out. Subhanallah. Will be like pearls falling off. He will have an armor on his body. On his body, he will have a natural armor. He will be wearing two pieces of cloth, light yellowish in color. He will be wearing two garments, top garment and a lower garment. Both garments will be like light yellowish in color. He will descend on a group of righteous Muslims. This will be 800 men and 400 women. 800 men and 400 women. And they will be the most righteous of the people at that time. On their insistence, he will introduce himself. Of course, they will insist, who are you, what is happening? And they will, of course, know in the back of their minds, because they are Muslims and they've already heard the signs. But this will be affirmation from himself that he is Isa alayhi salam. He will inquire about the enthusiasm regarding their jihad against Dajjal. At that time, the Amir of the Muslims will be Imam al-Mahdi. Imam al-Mahdi will be the leader of the Muslims. He will appear before the descension of Isa alayhi salam. Imam al-Mahdi is already on earth. He's already leading the Muslims. He's already leading these righteous Muslims, these 800 men and 400 women. Then, now we go on to the place and the time of descension of Isa alayhi salam and Imam al-Mahdi. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam will descend upon the eastern minaret of Damascus. Dimashq is mentioned in hadith. Damascus. Okay? At that time, Imam al-Mahdi will have proceeded for him to lead the Fajr prayer. So, Imam al-Mahdi, he would have already been there waiting to lead the Fajr Salah. The Adhan would have already gone for the Fajr Salah. So the Adhan is gone, they're waiting for the Iqamah. Imam al-Mahdi will call Hazrat Isa alayhi salam for Imamat, but he will refuse. Isa alayhi salam, he will be told to lead Salah by Imam al-Mahdi. Isa alayhi salam will say, I refuse to lead Salah because the Iqamah was done, the Adhan was done for you. So this is a clear sign that Isa alayhi salam will be a follower of Imam al-Mahdi. Imam al-Mahdi is from the descent of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. This is a clear sign that Isa alayhi salam will come as a follower, not as a new prophet. Not as a new prophet with new laws. He will be a follower of the ummah of Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Therefore, he will be the follower of Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Isa alayhi salam will place his hands on Imam al-Mahdi's back and saying, you lead the salah. Because the Iqamah has already been given and said for you. Thus Imam al-Mahdi will lead this Fajr Salah. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam will follow him in this Salah. After the ruku', when Sami Allahu liman hamida is said, he will make the statement, Allah has killed Dajjal and the Muslims have appeared. Now, the battle with the Dajjal takes place. The battle, after completion of Fajr Salah, Hazrat Isa alayhi salam will open the door of the masjid most likely, and there will be waiting Dajjal and his 70,000 Jews accompanying him. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam will indicate with his hand and move away from between Isa and Dajjal. Isa and Dajjal. Meaning, he will tell the Muslims, move away, because he knows he has a certain power which no one else has. On seeing Isa alayhi salam, Dajjal will melt like salt melts and dissolves in water. So the moment he sees, Dajjal sees Isa alayhi salam, automatically he will start melting. He will start melting like salt melts in water, meaning his fear and his trembling will start. He knows he won't be able to challenge Isa alayhi salam. Isa alayhi salam is the one that will kill Dajjal, and he's the only person that can kill Dajjal. What about the 70,000? The 70,000 Jews that are following Dajjal. At that time, every kafir on whom the breath of Isa alayhi salam, nafasu Isa, the breath of Isa alayhi salam will take out all those that his eyes can see. To the extent that his eyes can see, his breath will be so powerful that he's going to be given a superpower. It's like a miracle that will be given to Isa alayhi salam. Every single Jew that he sees at that time, they will die automatically. They will die automatically due to his superpower that he's been given of his breath. Then the Muslims will then come down from the mountains and they will let loose upon the army of Dajjal, meaning these Jews. They will frighten the Jews to such an extent where the Jews will become so shaky, they will fear, and they won't be able to lift up their swords, meaning they won't be able to fight anymore. They won't be able to fight anymore. Thus there will be a war, and the army of Dajjal will retreat. They will go back. Now the killing of Dajjal and the victory of the Muslims. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam will continue to go ahead with the war. They're coming down from so remember, they sought refuge upon the mountain. Now they're coming down. Dajjal's army is down. He's coming. They're coming. The Muslims are coming down, and they know now they can win because they've got Isa alayhi salam. They already know that they're going to be successful in this. He will say, my one hit, my one strike is destined to kill you, O Dajjal. You cannot evade. You cannot avoid it. You cannot avoid it. At that time, Isa alayhi salam will have two flexible swords. The shield will be on his chest. Isa alayhi salam's shield will be on his chest, and he'll have two swords on two hands. This is very clear description in hadith. Two flexible swords he'll have with both the hands. He'll be able to use both the hands at battle. Just like Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam did it at the battle of Badr. At the battle of Badr, Rasulullah used both swords. Rasulullah was one of those that could use both hands. Isa alayhi salam will kill Dajjal at Babul Lud. Babul Lud is currently right now in Israel. In Israel. The Bab of Lud, the gate of Lud is in Israel. Currently is in Israel. One of the airports near, it comes, if you Google it, it says Sharon, area called Sharon. The shield will be attached to his chest, like I said. Isa alayhi salam will show the Muslims the blood of Dajjal on his shield to represent that Dajjal is killed now. Dajjal is killed. I've already killed Dajjal. Eventually, the friends of Dajjal, the Jews, will be defeated. The Muslims will select the Jews and kill them. Nothing will save or protect them, meaning now they're on the weaker side. Before they were on the stronger side, now they're on the weaker side after Isa alayhi salam comes out. Before Isa alayhi salam comes out, with Mahdi, they will be on the stronger side. The Jews will be on the stronger side. To the extent that the trees and stones, so the Jews will be hiding behind trees and stones to cover themselves and to protect themselves, but a miracle will take place that the trees and the stones and the bricks will say, there's a Jew behind me, come and kill him. From the followers of Dajjal. The remaining Ahlul Kitab will bring Iman in Isa alayhi salam. Likewise, it says inside the Quran as well. This is mentioned inside the Quran, that before his death, they will bear testimony of his prophethood. They will bear testimony of his prophethood, that he's not Allah, he's not divine, he doesn't have a divinity, he is not a deity, he's not a god. He is a prophet sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So those of the Ahlul Kitab, those of the Jews and the Christians that are true, that will bring Iman in Isa alayhi salam, and some of them may not bring Iman. Isa alayhi salam will kill the khinzir, kill the pig. Okay, this is a sign from Rasulullah's signs that he's mentioned very clearly in hadith. that he will kill the khinzir, he will kill the pigs, and he will break the crosses. This is a very clear sign to tell them that this whole story that you made up, that Isa alayhi salam got crucified on the cross, is completely fake and fabricated. This did not take place. Isa alayhi salam was not killed and crucified on the cross. Then thereafter, the people from surrounding areas who were saved from the deception of Dajjal will go to Isa alayhi salam's service and he will give glad tidings of high status in Jannah and console them and comfort them. So those people that were in the outskirts, they were around Iraq, they were around Syria, they were around Palestine, all those areas, they will now come from further areas, further countries, other countries that people are living. They will come and they will come and bring Iman in Isa alayhi salam. They will see Isa alayhi salam, they will meet Isa alayhi salam, and Isa alayhi salam will give them the glad tidings of Jannah. The people will then return to their respective places, meaning respective countries. Respective countries. Those who will go, will go. Those who will follow him will be those 800 men and 400 women. One Jamaat of the Muslims will remain in the service and companionship of Isa alayhi salam, and this will be the best Jamaat at the time, best group at the time. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, 131. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam will go for Fajr in Rawha and perform Hajj or Umrah or both. Okay? In some narrations it probably mentions Umrah, some narrations it mentions Hajj. So some ulama, they combine both. They probably say he will probably do both, Hajj and Umrah, from this place called Rawha. Rawha is not far from Makkah. He will go to the grave of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam and present his greetings, and he will get a reply from Rasulullah. This is another miracle. This is another miracle of Isa alayhi salam at that time, that he will go and says As-salatu wassalamu alayka ya habibi ya Rasulullah, like we all say. Okay, like we all say when we go to Medina. This is one of the great things. That's one of the great reasons why we go for Umrah, is to go and give salams directly to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Yes, to give salams from here, it will be conveyed through the medium of angels. But over there, it's direct. You're face to face to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says in hadith, whoever comes and greets me with salat and salam is as if he has greeted me whilst I'm alive. There's no greater virtue than that. You know, love is greater than being forced to do something. Umrah, when you pass the miqat, it becomes obligatory upon you to make Umrah, isn't it? It becomes obligatory upon you to make tawaf upon the Kaaba. Whereas Medina is out of love. Medina is only love. It's not out of obligation. You do it out of love of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Without him, we'll be lost. Without him, there's no success. Without him, there's no Jannah. Without him, all your doors of success are closed. He will go to the grave of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, present his greetings, and the reply will be given directly by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And the Muslims at that time will witness that reply from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam's grave. Now we go into Ya'juj and Ma'juj. People will live peaceful and comfortable lives. The wall of Ya'juj and Ma'juj will then break. Now this wall, I spoke about this before. According to our Syrian scholars, one of the Syrian scholars that studied under all the mashayikh, the big mashayikh, the way he explained it was, because nowadays they say we've got satellite and we've got all these things. Why can't we find Ya'juj and Ma'juj? Where are they? You know, if they're on earth, then where are they? So he said this wall was to block them from coming out. So it's like a underground where they're blocked in. You understand? It's like an underground where he put molten lead and copper and all those things that comes in Surah Kahf to block that underground where they are. Allahu A'lam of the truth, of the reality. You know? But that was his explanation. Sheikh Abdul Qadir is a great Sheikh, mashallah. He's a very well-known Sheikh as well. Allahu A'lam of the truth, but that's what, according to his understanding, is what is meant by the wall. The Ya'juj and Ma'juj will come out. So they eventually will come out. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam will be ordered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to gather the Muslims around Tur. Tur is in Egypt. Is in Egypt. for no one can encounter Ya'juj and Ma'juj, not even Isa alayhi salam. Not even Isa alayhi salam, not even Mahdi. No one can confront Ya'juj and Ma'juj. Ya'juj and Ma'juj will come from every min kulli hadabin yansilun, the Quran says. They'll be in so many millions they'll come out in. It will be like they're coming out from every single high place and they're coming down, like as if they're swarming the earth. And you're feeling like, whoa, what is going on? All these thousands and millions of these creatures are coming. Now, these Ya'juj and Ma'juj, are they different creatures? They're not different creatures. They're humans, but they're disfigured humans. They're disfigured humans. It comes in hadith. Okay? So, they're not different creatures. They're not different animals or something. Okay? They're just very disfigured. Ya'juj and Ma'juj will come out in large quantities, and that it will seem from every high place that they will be spreading. The Ya'juj and Ma'juj will trample over the cities they will pass and on every land that they reach. They will cause destruction, and wherever they will pass, they will find water, they will finish it. They will pass by Buhayra Tabariya. Buhayra Tabariya is like a huge, like a river, like a pond, massive dam. They'll go through that, and by the end of when the last one passes, as if there's no water left. They've drunk all the water. So this also comes in hadith. Buhayra Tabariya. As if there was no water left. So they will cause major chaos upon the earth. Major chaos upon the earth. Eventually the Ya'juj and Ma'juj will say that they have conquered the people on the earth, and they will wage war against the people in the sky. It comes in hadith that they will shoot an arrow in the sky, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send down that same arrow with blood on it, just to show them their foolishness. Just to show them their foolishness, that they think that they've killed the people in the sky. They've killed the people on the earth, and they're trying to kill the people in the sky as well. Anyway. At that time, Hazrat Isa alayhi salam and his companions will be enclosed at a place where there's shortage of food, and people will value a single cattle more than 100 dinars. Dinar is gold, real gold coins. Real gold coins. So even one cattle, one sheep will be, meaning there will be no food. There will be no food at all. Okay? We'll continue from here, inshallah, from point number 141 next week until however much we can, inshallah. Probably within the next week or the week after, we'll finish all the 210 points on the signs of the Day of Judgment. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.